Hello everyone, I'm Chestnut44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West. Last episode, we finally completed this quest that we found freaking ages ago, involving finding some deployable cover, which we managed to turn into a weapon that we can use to deploy tripwires that have mobile cover on it. That works that way somehow now. Anyway, with all the underwater areas explored, it's time for us to go and return Poseidon to where it needs to go. So, let's head back and head into base. Let's see, we may have another quest given to us once we get in, but we'll see what happens. Or there might be other people here. I don't know.
Wow, that's gonna haunt my nightmares.
Base looks a little more populated. Oh no. Don't tell me. Errand.
Hey, Aloy, you're back. Is something on your mind?
Maybe. It's about the Tenakth rebels and the Oseram.
Really? Well, that doesn't sound good. Let me know how I can help.
I had found something there, yeah. Tell me of the Sons of Prometheus.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much.
Well, that's just great.
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them?
Well, I could have the Vanguard check Chain Scrape and Barren Light in case they're moving any supplies through there. But if they are, I'll bet they're being careful about it.
Yeah. And they have focuses too. Makes it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
Hold on. Way back when we first met, you came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? So does that mean that if I go back to the Daunt with this...
You could scan for other focuses.
if an Oseram is wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, I've been known to have those once in a while.
Just let me know if you find anything.
You got it.
That's beautiful, Errand. Anything else?
You should know. Silence is involved with the Sons of Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me? That's probably all part of some master plan, huh?
At least we know we're good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
Okay. We are not going to play Strike. I've had enough of Strike. I don't intend to keep
Let me know
going
if you
with it.
find any Sons of Prometheus in the Daunt. I'll keep scouting those rebel camps.
Be careful.
Thank you very much. Alright. I am not going to play that. Not at all. Ooh. Nope, I don't have any loot out of that. So, let's bring this over to her. Oh, Gaia. I have good news.
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon.
Give me a second. I can apparently put a drone module into here, so I may as well.
Drone's reconnected now.
This one. Alright, let's take a look at what this drone is seeing.
An excellent choice.
Yeah, I'm not overly surprised by it. Alright. Let's insert the kernel. We got a decent backdrop to it. Beautiful.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Sure.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it.
I will check that in a minute. First, it
Gaia.
seems you have something to
Here you
say.
Aloy.
Tell me about our progress. Companions.
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
That is fair. Okay, and about the old world discoveries.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths, at their core, have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up.
Indeed. Okay, that seems to be
guess I
all
should
we
get
have
these.
there. We do have 5 skill points. I guess I can throw some in. Anything at the bottom of Survivor? Craft drop shields, low health stamina. I could do low health melee so I can get a shield drop. Glide. Actually, you know what? We'll do low health melee and glide targeting. That'll work. There. That's fine by me. Right, so let's head down.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. She said there were other rooms opened. So this is my quarters, or Aloy's quarters. I don't think there's anything special here.
Oh, looks like I can open that door now. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia,
Ah.
what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks.
Ah.
From here, control center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
So they were
see.
automated farmlands. That's interesting. And what do you have to say? Caterpillars and chrysalids.
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. See if any caterpillars turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them.
One can certainly hope. Holoprojector. What do you
This
have?
console. There are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility.
Ooh,
I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
that is actually a very promising and good thing. Nothing else in here at the moment, anyway. But it does sound like something I'd want to ask Gaia about. Anything else? This is this room. Okay, fair enough. These are the individual quarters. Don't seem to have changed much. This is the data banks. Nothing special there. This is... Right, Varl and what's-her-name's room. This... Can I do anything here? I need a Snapmaw primary nerve. That's why I couldn't do it. Okay. So I'll need to find and deal with some Snapmaws. Wonderful. You know what? Let me ask her about that now, since I can. Apparently. Yes. Seems I can.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I have a question,
I'm back,
Gaia.
Hello.
About the old world, this place.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling, but
I'll
it's
be
good
on
to
my
know
way.
there.
I wish...
Okay. I think I know someone who would be happy to hear about that. Let me just see if she has anything to say about it, just in case. And then we'll go down and speak to Varl. Okay, I need to go around. Zoe.
Thought I heard.
I do not have
have to
anything
go.
to tell her
Farewell.
about it. Okay. Right, then. We gotta go downstairs.
I don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning.
Let's see what's inside.
Looks like some kind of maintenance space.
Okay, nothing special there. Nothing special there.
I wonder where this leads.
I do wonder indeed.
Power cells? Huh.
Energy cells. What's down here? And what would these energy cells be for? Oh! Ah! Okay. Pick up one of those. I can take it down here.
That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Well, we just turned something on. I don't know what it is, but at least it's power. Wonder what exactly came on. I think all the doors are open. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what changed. I mean, it's probably good, whatever it was, but... I mean, at least it's been taken care of. Huzzah! Yeah, I don't think there's anything changed in here. Yeah, alright. Let's go take care of what needs to be taken care of. Now then, Varl, we have information?
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus.
Ah, that's an old one.
She's been watching it a lot.
Party, right?
I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me, in a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was the liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
So tell me of Tilda, then.
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that? She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage? She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You got a point. Tell me about this data channel.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel? It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it? To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
Alright then. So tell me about the house.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view? I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
Alright, and what about the paintings and files?
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files? Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many. Did it interest you? I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis? Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves?
Aloy, take it
anything we
easy.
could use? No. Any information about them was redacted.
Aloy, be careful. Be caring. So she cut you off.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
It might help, though.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take.
So are you.
I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is.
She's not trained
I'm
like
sorry.
you.
She's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
She's mentally scarred.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through.
Oh, bloody hell.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
Oh my god, Aloy. Aloy, you really are kind of a dick sometimes. So all we have left is Seeds of the Past for Demeter. You know, I have this. I mean, I can go into here. And I can acquire another one of these, can't I? There must be a reason for it. Yeah, I can pick up another energy cell. There must be a reason. I just don't know what that reason is. There must be a cell somewhere that I can access in order to put it into something. I just don't know what. Oh, something I can look at here. I can read here. About Hephaestus. Aloy and Gaia want me to help figure out how to capture Hephaestus. I'd put chances of success at about 0.0, but I might as well give it a think because 1, without Hef's ability to make machines, the Zeniths will have us at their mercy, and 2, what else am I going to do? As always, the first step is to outline the problem. Like the other subordinate functions, Hef achieved quasi-sentience when Gaia received the signal from Sirius, and when Gaia blew herself up to stop Hades, Hef fled looking for a new home. But unlike the other sub-functions, which seem to have taken refuge in whatever physical processors they could find, Hef hid in the globe-spanning network that connects all the cauldrons in the world. Maybe because no single processor was large enough to contain it? Or because it sought out the code environment it was most familiar with? Regardless, becoming a ghost in the network enabled it to pursue its twisted new mission. Infiltrate Cauldron production facilities, build combat units, and deploy them against humans, all in an effort to protect terraforming machines from tribal hunters. Escalation ensues. As hunters become adept at neutralizing its killing machines, Hef makes more. Bigger, better armed, deadlier. The But this is a digression. For our purposes, the main point is that Hef isn't in one place, so Aloy can't simply find it and use the Master Override to contain it in the Gaia kernel like Ether, Demeter, or Poseidon. It can flee to any cauldron at any time. Ergo, we've got to trap it somehow, probably in a cauldron core, and cut off its access to the network. But how? As of this writing, I have literally no clue. To make matters worse, the data that Gaia provided seems to indicate that Hef is changing. The exact methodology isn't clear to me, but its codebase has expanded. And that's bad news. For one thing, it could mean that its heuristic density is increasing, which would make it harder for Gaia to absorb. But even worse, it implies that Hef has the ability to rewrite itself, or at least parts of itself, which is terrifying. What if it rewrote its access protocols? That would mean... I don't even want to think about it. That is a little bit concerning, yes. Okay.
Door's locked. Why is this door locked now?
Beta requested the use of that room as her personal space. I have locked it at her request.
Okay.
That is perfectly fair. That door might be the one that I'd need to get that, that other thing for. That is entirely possible, so let's get out of here. Unless you guys have something new to say. You do have new things to say.
I know. It makes you want to punch something. More like someone. You're the one that helped me find it. People make mistakes.
I'll tell you what. I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we're going to talk with people in the base, see what more they have to say and what we have to learn. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Aloy. This has been a Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West, and I shall see you all next time.